Now let's go back to these characteristics to show that this is the strategic group. To show that this is the strategic group, what are the characteristics? Let's come to that. Characteristics. Identify strategic groups. Oh, I have to improve my writing, eh? Okay, good. What about this? Remember, you should not get lost. That's why are we looking at these strategic groups? We are still looking at the environment. We are still looking at the environment. Because the environment, we are saying that an organization is being surrounded by what is called the macro environment. The fact that this organization has been surrounded by the macro environment, then this element of the strategic groups is now coming in. So the element of this strategic groups is coming in because within the environment, they have what are calling a competitors and they have what are calling a market. And these competitors and the market are the ones that we are looking at today. So we are looking at these competitors and the market today. But in order to talk about a competitor, we have to say something on in connection with the strategic groups. I've given you an example of competitors that nowadays you find that this automobile industry, it has been diluted because there are a lot of competitors. We have got kind of cars that are being manufactured in Japan, or whichever, of which if you find the name, sometimes it's very hard for you to identify that is this an actual name or the name of a person. Doesn't mean they are trying to kill, they are trying to compete on the market. You're finding that, other industries, they are being downloaded, they are being looked at, they are being exploited. They are not being looked as the real industry. So those are the competitors. Then I'm saying, now the fact that you have your organization, and the fact that you have your organization, and assuming that there are other competitors around, what do you do? Then I'm saying, the most important thing is, why can't you start a strategic groups? Because sometimes it can be that your organization can have similar characteristics or strategies with the other organizations that are around. So for you to gain a competitive advantage, you have to think of why can't you study this, so that what you are coming up with maybe it belongs to what I call these strategic groups. Then you identify what is this strategic groups. Then we told you these are just organizations within the industry. So organizations within the industry with similar strategic characteristics. They have got similar strategic characteristics, and at the same time, the fact that they have got similar characteristics, they are being followed. They do follow similar strategies. So they follow similar strategies in order to compete on similar basis. When they are competing, they have got everything which is very similar. Then I'll give you an example. That someone who is having a retail shop, and someone who is having a game, another game, retail shop, another supermarket, a supermarket, another having retail, very big retail shop. Another one is super, another one is other shops where there are these issues, where there are grocery issues and what they are there. If you look at these guys, they are for similar characteristics and they are for similar strategies. The fact that they are competing because they call them as strategic groups because they belong to the same level. Whatever the strategy they are using is just the same. So we are calling them to be the strategic groups. Then you are saying, if these are strategic groups, why can't we say characteristics that is making them to be strategic groups? And this is where now we are now. We are looking at what are some of the characteristics that you can say this is a strategic group. This is a strategic group. This is a strategic group. Why? Let's look at this. So we look at like in terms of two issues. One we look at in terms of scope of activity, and secondly we look at the resource commitment. So there are factors, major factors we are going to look at is in terms of two. So the characteristics basically would differ in terms of basic two issues here. The scope of activity and the resource commitment. One, scope. In terms of scope of activities. What scope of activities? And two, it depends on some factors there. So it depends on the resource commitment. Resource commitment. Are you going to see Selena? Obviously, we are very small. Right. Let's look at this scope of activities. So when we look at this strategic groups, there are scope of activities. It's where now scope comes in. So the scope is now to do with the objectives now. What are their objectives? Yeah, the scope is coming in, right? The first one is the extent of the product or service. In other words, diversity. So you think of one the scope with the extent of the product or service, diversity. Extent. The product, service, diversity. The scope of that activity. It can be that they are considered characteristics, but the scope of that activity in which the scope of activity in form of the investigation. How they would like to diversify their organization or their shop. That is again can differentiate one strategic group from the other. In other words, one element, one industry from the other. Although that they are having the same strategic, they are belonging to the same level, but you can identify based on the investigation. You find that someone who maybe may identify better than the other. You find that maybe someone is limited to expand the shops or whatever. So it depends on what is called business diversification. To diversify is actually make sure that it is spread across. It is spread across, or it is meeting, or it has got a lot of market. It is being involved in. It is involved in a lot of markets. There are numerous markets around. There you have penetrated. There is that penetration. Where you penetrate, it means that you are trying to diversify. You were here, tomorrow you are trying to spread. You are trying to spread. That's diversification. You started here as a shop, so you can have branches around. You are trying to diversify. So that is scope, because when you are having that, you aim at extending how. So that you try to extend, make it at least known to other areas. So the extent of which you want your product or service to diversify, that is now one of the scope of activity within the strategic groups. Competition is coming in to show that your product is maybe has reached its peak. There must be what is called product diversification. You have to diversify so that it goes even further than your expectations. You started it here, but you find someone in South Africa or in UK is has buying the same product. You say that you have diversified. That is the major aim for strategic groups. The second one on the very same scope of activity is the extent of geographical coverage. Extent of geographical coverage. What do we mean when we say extent of geographical coverage? Right? When you belong to these strategic groups, your scope, because the scope goes together with the vision, the mission, the objectives, whatever. So your scope is to reach areas that are far away from that. In other words, geographic coverage of the product. Even if because you are looking at you can't do it out. These shops, you can't do them out. But one thing that you have to take note to show that you are mindful of your business is the extent of geographical coverage. Assuming that you are having a retail in Tandy or area 49, you have a shop, you have started a shop, whichever shop. What has to come here is the scope in the form of geographical coverage. Who are you targeting? Or to what length do you want your shop address to be known? So you target geographical coverage. So the geographical coverage, I think, comes in at some time. The advertisement is coming in. The way you treat customers, geographical coverage is coming in. Your product itself, if your product is liked by most of individuals around, I think you can have this issue, this phenomenon of geographical coverage. So geographical coverage there comes in because of the way you yourself think about your product and how you value, and it's how the community around value the product. That is the geographical coverage. Strategic groups have got these characteristics in nature. Apart from that, we have the last one, not the last one, but number of market segments served. Number of market segments served. To show that it's a strategic group, it depends on the number of market segments. The number of market segments. So the number of market segments, the market segments, you are looking at that. How do you segment your market? How do you, because if you are to segment the market, it depends on your product. You can segment. You can say, I think this product, this one I can target. Because when you are segmenting, you think of the customers whom you are targeting. So you can say, you can segment, you can divide. I think from this side, I may target this guy from this side, I may target this guy. You can segment your market. That's the number of market segments saved. How many are you saving? It means that is you are trying to identify strategic groups. The last one on the very same issue, the scope of activity, is about distribution channel use. Distribution channel use. Distribution channel use. Distribution channel used. Distribution channel used. Can differentiate these industrial sectors or can differentiate these strategic groups based on distribution of channel used. Which distribution channel are they using? If they are within the strategic groups, which one do they use? You find that different shops are like this one. They are own ways of distribution channel they use here. Well, especially distribution of products they use. They have got their own way of doing that. Market analysis, they have got different ways of segmenting markets and their geographical positions that they are thinking of. Still, distribution channel used can differentiate these strategic groups. If one shop from the other or one industry from the other based on the distribution channels. Now, this is in terms of the scope, in terms of the way the owner, the way they think about their organization, the scope, how they feel that they can reach the market. That's the scope. But the second characteristic, apart from thinking of the scope of the activity, the product diversification, geographical market implementation and distribution channel. The second one is about resource commitment. So the second is to do with the resource commitment. Resource commitment. So on resource commitment, we look at the number or the extent of branding. So you have extent of branding. Extent of branding, you are looking at the number of brands you have. You can differentiate these strategic groups, one from the other. Number of brands that are being produced. You can say events. You can be following the very same, you can be running your business in the very same line, but now the issue I want you have to do is, if you know that you are operating on similar characteristics and you are operating on a similar strategy, what you have to think of is the brand. The extent of branding. How you are coming up with your brand. You know what a brand? Do you know a brand? What is a brand? A product, right? The name of the product. The way you can, the name of the product. So the brand, the type of the product, the name of the product, those are the brands. So we are looking at the extent of branding. One, secondly, market effort. So resource commitment in terms of market effort. Marketing effort. In marketing effort is where now advertisement comes in, right? Advertisement comes in, that marketing effort, right? Size of sales, workforce, that is in terms of marketing effort. Because marketing effort is to do with the advert, is to do with the workforce, the size of the workforce, that is marketing effort. Personnel, what's that? The marketing effort. How you reach the customer, that's what the marketing effort. So in that one, it depends. If you also learn that these strategic groups, they have got similar characteristics. For you to when you are within that, you have to think of the marketing effort. Don't just say, oh, we are before their style. But you can come up with something to differentiate, to show that these are maybe you are within the very same group, but you have got a different way of doing your business. That's why we have what we call the marketing effort. So apart from marketing effort, you have extent of vertical integration. Extent of vertical integration. When we look at this extent of vertical integration, you are looking at the way you can communicate vertically from the bottom to top, or top up approach, top down approach, or bottom up approach. That's the extent of vertical integration. The way you integrate. You can, through this integration, you can see that your communication, you can already integrate your product, so it can be something like that. So you can see vertical integration. When we talk about vertical integration, we are looking at something from the top down or the bottom up. Something to do with the top down or the bottom up approach. So we are looking at that top down and the bottom up approach in terms of integration. To integrate, it is to bring different pieces together so that everything is working with satisfaction. That's integration. How do you bring everything, these small pieces together? So you can bring these small pieces like human resource and personal and together with that. You know, the way you interact, you can say bottom up or the top down. The way you interact, the way you communicate, so that this organization works to its satisfaction, to its fullest demand. I think this organization, is doing well, or this industry is doing well. It depends on the extent of your vertical integration. The way you interact, how do you interact with your bosses? How do you pass information to your bosses? These bosses, how do they pass information down so that everything is done very, very well? That's vertical integration. Because when I integrate, they are trying to bring this piece. They are valuing each and every piece to be very useful. That's why most of the times I have to say, you are home, you have a key. The family has got a key. Please make sure that you integrate, try as much as possible to integrate with your non-workers. You integrate, you find out, you can find more. You can learn a lot from them. Because there is that integration. You are trying to bring several pieces together. That's why there is this resource commitment. Why can't you think of the extent of vertical integration? We have another area in resource commitment, apart from the marketing effort, the vertical integration, and the branding side. We have another one which we call it product or service quality. Product, strong service quality. Product, strong service quality. Product, strong service quality. When you talk about service or product quality, you know that you are within strategic groups. You are just flowing within your friends whatsoever. Why can't you think of coming up with a product that is of high? That's why TQM is coming, total quality management. Why can't you come up with a product of high quality? New services of high quality, so that people should say, although we are having this, we are within the same strategic groups, but our quality makes that quality differentiation. You have to differentiate it from others. When others see you, when they see your product, they should be able to admire that thing. At least this thing, at least it has got an outstanding performance. That is, you are looking at it as a product or service quality. The quality you are bringing, that's another strategic groups. It depends. There can be 4, 5, 6 strategic groups. They can be there or they can lie within a strategic group. But think of the quality. You can be able to identify these people from the other based on the quality. The quality of the product and the quality of the service. You can have Adventist hospital, you can have Mwaiwatu hospital, you can have Dian hospital, you can have ABC hospitals, whichever private hospitals, right? They are all within the present strategic groups. But for you to identify, you can identify based on, or if you want to pick, you can say based on the product or the service quality. The way they are offering their services, you can easily differentiate. Another area of interest that you have to look at is about another useful factor to consider when identifying a strategic groups or which organization differs in terms of characteristics from others. Because what I'm looking at here is what can make your organization to be more successful to differ from others. So that's why I'm giving you this mahita. I'm giving you. In other words, if you have an organization, what can make you create an organization that is different from other organizations of which you are aligned within the relative level. These are some of the characteristics. Then another one is, apart from the product or service quality, you have to think of what is called technological leadership. Technological leadership. And from here, I'm writing down here. Technological leadership. Technological leadership. Technological leadership is just what is called, these are called leaders or they are called the followers. It's technological leadership. In other words, this technological leadership has to do with you have to think of the innovation, you have to think of the technology, advancement of technology. For your organization to be an organization and to fit others within the strategic groups, think of the technology. We have got technologies nowadays. Right now, we have technologies. But why can't you understand? Why can't you come up with an outstanding technology? So that your technology has to beat other technologies on the market. So we are looking at leaders, technological leaders. The last one is the last characteristics for identifying strategic groups or consider which can make your organization differ in terms of from others is the size of the organization. The last is the size of your organization. The size of the organization. The size of the organization. You can easily say that I think the organization differs from the other based on the size. Now, talk about the size. It's not that it is taking a lot of time, sort of like that. No, the size depends on what you think is the size. What can measure that the size of your organization has grown? Because of size, we are looking at growth. What are the factors that can make you know that I think my organization is growing based on size? To show that your organization is growing, what indicators that you can identify that you are growing? What are those indicators? Number of employees, it means that you are growing. The size of the organization depends on number of employees. If you are 5 and then you find that at the end of the day you have 40, it means that is growing. Number of employees. Another customers. I have customers. in terms of profit margin. The profit margin, yes. That is another indicator. Yes, profit margin. What else? Another indicator to show that the organization is growing. Apart from profit margin, number of what else? Expenditure. If you are expending, what about expenditure? What do you mean? Expenditure. If you are going to they say you are growing.
Yeah.
Wow. But if I spend, you even when you are not growing. So when you are spending more, when you have a lot of money that you are making, you are spending a lot. Well, is it that you are growing? Is it an organization growing? Yeah? Alright. But again, for you to show that your organization is growing, and if it is, for example, this is especially groups about if you have penetrated to other markets, things that you are growing. Because the way size of the organization, the most important thing is why can't you come up with what is called it? Why can't you penetrate? You not penetrate. What is to penetrate? Market penetration. You should be able to enter difficult markets. That's what is called market penetration. You should be able to enter areas of difficulties that you are penetrating. Right? You can penetrate. To penetrate, you are maybe penetrate. You are trying to expand and known to areas of which they were not aware of your products. You are penetrating. When you are penetrating, you are going to other areas of which people they were not aware of what you are producing. You are trying to penetrate. You penetrate market, But penetrate market. You target in around area 50. You can find that you have penetrated to area whatsoever which areas that you want to penetrate. You don't know penetration. So I look at this in terms of these strategic groups. Can you go from your phones? What are strategic groups? From Google. When starting to bring the battle. Can you find what are strategic groups and example strategic groups? Please, Google.
I have WhatsApp.
Strategic groups, a concept used in strategic management that groups companies within an industry that have similar business models or similar combinational strategies. It's a concept used in strategic management that groups or companies within an industry they pursue similar what? Strategy. can be defined as a circumference, meaning and explanation. Good. A strategic group. A strategic group is a name given to a group of companies in a particular industry that use a similar business model or a set of strategies. These strategic groups provide service of a specific segment of an industry. Each strategic group is segmented based on their operating environment, threat and opportunity of the industry. Because of this, all the companies that provide services in a particular segment of the industry are referred to as members of one strategic group. For example, in the restaurant industry, there are different strategic groups formed based on different variables such as presentation, preparation time, and pricing of the food. So the various strategic groups in the restaurant industry are fast food, fine dining, etc. Those are strategic groups. I think you are getting to that one. Strategic groups. So you can come up with your own notes on the strategic groups, right? Examples of strategic groups. Strategic groups are identified based on similar characteristics followed by the companies. The following are characteristics based on which the strategic groups of the industry form. Pricing policy, the extent of product or service diversity. We have already moved that problem, right? Hey? These are characteristics. One is the pricing policy. Again, you can add that pricing policy. Although pricing policy is one of the main features based on the groups. For example, the company that sells the product at low prices they are direct competitors to one another. So, the extent of product or service diversity, the extent of branding. We have talked about branding here, right?
Yes.
The extent of branding, distribution channels used. I think again we have said about distribution channels, right? Yes. Companies use similar distribution channels are part of one strategic group. If you use the same distribution channel, it means that you belong to the same strategic group. For example, distribution channel. Let us take the example on distribution channel here. Let us take an example of aviation industry. What is an aviation industry? Aviation. Right? In the aviation industry, there are different segments, such as luxury class, business class, and economy class. If you do it, this is the available name. We have 43 types of classes in aviation, different segments. Segments means that depending on the different groups of people, right? And there was luxury class, and who are these from luxury class? Like the president in the luxury class, right? And we have got the business class. You know everyone. Okay. So we have got the economy class. We are in the economy class. Oh, you know when you are there, that is my point. Oh, but the same thing. No, the same thing again, economy class. But you are sitting. But you reach your place. Even if there are food which is something, assuming you don't like eating much.
Yeah,
is the economic class.
But why not the business and beauty?
Okay? So which means we're saying that this aviation industry, they segmented their business in terms of the luxury, the luxury class, business class, and economic class. Right? So the aviation company that provide luxury class services are part of the strategic group. Similarly, the aviation companies that offer business class are part of one of the strategic group. You take what that is? What are that? Peace. The aviation company that provide luxury class service, they are part of the strategic group. The aviation company that offer business class is part of the strategic group. So look at that.
Maybe that's a kind of the business commitment where we have a project and specific strategy. So
yeah, I think you can find out more. You can when you go home, you can go and find out more. You can come up with your own notes. Something like that. Okay. Let me close my bank. Well, my band more than 50%. At least more than 50%. Right? The next thing is why? Let's just answer this question and then we can go to that this time. Why is it that why do we bother? Why are we taking time discussing about these strategic groups? What benefit do you gain when you study these strategic groups? That's another issue that we have now to talk of. Let's finish with the 5 minutes that is remaining. Is it 5 minutes? 2 minutes. Huh? Why? It helps understand who are the most direct competitors for our organization. Why are we bothering looking at this? One, it helps us understand who are our competitors. In other words, who are our most direct competitors. That's why we are trying to look at strategic groups. It's easy for you to know because you can easily know your rivalries. You can easily know who you can work with. So it's easy to know that. That's why you are looking at this, as you can be able to understand the most direct competitors for your organization. That's why we are taking much of our time discussing on these strategic groups. That's the first reason. So the second one, it is straightforward, right? The universities, we have got strategic groups. We have got several universities around here, right? But they have got the same. They are traveling in the same line. The strategic groups, right? So we should be able to learn about this one, so that we should know who are our most our direct and the most competitors whom we can feel of. That's why we should be able to know about these strategic groups. The second reason why we are traveling ourselves today, looking at characteristics of identifying strategic groups. The second reason is that it raises the question of how likely or possible it is for an organization to move. from it raises the question of how likely or possible it is for an organization to move from one strategic group to another. From one strategic group to another. It raises the question of how likely or possible it is for an organization to move from one strategic group to another. It's where now, when you are looking at that and when you look in that context, in other ways, it is helping to solve this problem of barrier entry. If you know these strategic groups and you have come up with your own strategy, it's simple for you to sort out these barriers entry. You can even know that these are my enemies. You know you can sort out these barriers to entry very, very easily because you know your strategic groups. The last one, it will help you by identifying potential opportunities and threats for your organization. If you try to provide you or identify potential opportunities and threats for your organization. So our next lesson will still continue on the very same area on the environment. Still we are just dancing on the environment here. We just dancing on the environment and looking at the environment because that is the most important element in corporate strategy that you have to think of. Otherwise, if you cannot think of this environment, and what we are doing now, we are analyzing the environment. This is what's called environmental analysis. I can ask you, can you analyze the environment? If you can analyze the environment based on the business market, based on whatsoever, what we are trying to analyze is the market. So these are the most important facts that I wanted you to know today. Then next week when we meet, we'll look at market segments and what we'll look at how do you segment your market. Knowing that you are having your product, but again, how do you segment the market? To segment the market is you are trying to bring up different trying to come up with groups of customers with a similar needs and but different from customers needs. And then you look at that one and its market. That is what we look at when we meet next week. But for today, obviously we are trying to, but still, what we look at next week is still on the competitor market. But now we look at segmenting the market. I think Makuna, si mapunta ba gani? Punta ba gani? Masih ko mama wala. Ya, iya. Ah, ini ko. Kumai. Ya. Ay, ana pinta ba? Pinta. Wala wala ma pinta ni pa. Mo wala. Pinta ni tadi. Ah, Coba ba? Ya, betul. Itu kan ko lah.
This sum of money, you people, somebody there with you. So what do you want to go? Eh? You see? You see? See?
Tuesday.
Yeah.